So you're telling me there is a chance. This was an awesome line, as many were from the Dumb and Dumber movie back in the early to mid 1990s, when Jim Carrey's character, Lloyd Christmas, was given a chance of about 1 in a million that he would hook up with the girl that he wanted. But he was excited that there was a chance. So let's talk about odds and chances. Let's start off with something that we can define very easily. If you are dealt 7 clubs in a standard game of either hearts or spades, and what are the odds any one of the other 3 other players has 0 clubs in their hand? It's good to know how the game works. You get 13 cards each, so there's 4 players, so everyone gets 1/4 of the deck. So we know 13 cards. 7 of them have clubs, 6 of them do not. Therefore, the next hand, there's 39 unseen cards left, and, well, 33 of them do not contain a club, because there's only 6 clubs left in the deck. So 39 divided by 33, and then you have to do it 13 times. You have to go 13 times in a row not getting the club. This is the chances each time that will basically occur or not occur. And therefore, to get the answer even better, we can simplify it by removing common numerators and denominators. So numbers like 26, 27, 28, 29, they're all on the top and the bottom, so we can just eliminate them. And by doing the math, that would give us an answer of almost 18.5 to 1 chances that any one random hand will not contain a club. Simple math. Sometimes, though, you can't get the odds. And, well, the definition of chances is, well, the unknown and unpredictable element in happenings that seem to have no assignable clause. B, a force assumed to cause events that cannot be foreseen or controlled. I think this is going to be, that can't be foreseen or controlled. That's going to be good to recognize for the final example, which is coming up soon. And number 2, the likelihood of something happening, possibility or probability, often used in the plural. Chances are good that you will win. Is there any chance of rain? Like I gave you an example before of exact odds. This is one you cannot calculate the exact odds unless you are the biggest genius in the world. And even then, what are the chances that within the given time frame, the fiat currency and the rest of the world's fiat currency will either be dead or have contained a major currency monetary form that would not use any form of any fiat currency? So therefore, that means within 72 hours that currency being dead, which means over 50% of the population does not accept the currency or doesn't want anything to do with it. Or, of course, there has been monetary reform so that our currency no longer is fiat anymore. What are the odds that within 72 hours this to be the case? Is it a 10 in 1, 100 in 1, million in 1, billion, trillion, quadrillion? Yeah, I think we're closer when we talk about billion or quadrillion in 1, maybe trillion in 1. That within the next 3 days, this will happen. But come on, let's get real. It's possible, but it's extremely unlikely. But how about 150,000 hours from now, or pretty much almost 2 full decades? We have a lot of people waking up to what's really going on. Is it going to take that long? And quite frankly, maybe it's about 1 trillion in 1 chance that this happens as far as A. But it can be, for B, it could be 1 trillion in 999 billion, 999 million to 1 odds, meaning the opposite of A. So the chances that A occurs is the chances that B does not occur. Think of it in an example like this. If, for example, you are being picked up by somebody and they call you on the phone, they say, okay, I'm going to be leaving in a couple of minutes. And then you figure out, okay, so it's now been 6 minutes since I got off the phone with them. There's about 1 million in 1 chance that they're going to arrive within the next 30 seconds. For that to occur, the person would have had to have been really fast, getting into the car, not forget anything, and hit every single green light, and then do a bit over the speed limit for that to happen. So it's unlikely that this person's going to show in the next 30 seconds, but it's possible. Now, what's the chances that this person shows within the next, say, 2 hours? Well, I guess something catastrophic has to happen for it not to, so it's pretty much the opposite. That's pretty much the example that I'm going on. Now, as far as the wake-up call is concerned, let's use science within this. And as I was saying, the force B, a force assumed to cause events that cannot be foreseen or controlled. On the morning of September 9/11, we had 2 planes going to New York City. Boom, they're gone. And Dan Rather said, based on what you know, and I recognize we're dealing with so few facts, is it possible that just a plane crash could have collapsed these buildings, or would it have required the sort of prior positioning of other explosives in the buildings? I mean, what do you think? And this reporter says, no, my sense is just the velocity of the plane and the fact that you have a plane filled with fuel hitting that building that burned, I won't say the as anymore. The velocity of the plane certainly had an impact on the structure itself, and then the fact that it burned and you had that intense heat probably weakened the structure as well. And I think it was simply the planes hitting the building and causing the collapse. What are the odds that what this person says makes sense on a scientific level? Not only for it to happen, but for him to say in advance, or as it was just going on, that no, there were no explosives in it, and for the report to actually have figured this stuff out. Now, I'm surprised that people have not done much at all, given, one, I talk about fiat currency, debt's 100% guaranteed, and because it's 100% guaranteed, there's going to be a lot of suffering in the world. How does that not piss you off? Just like something like this, how does this not piss you off?